Yo, what's your tongue trying to tell you? Don't take it that way. No, there are 13 different things, okay? What your tongue looks like could mean about your overall health. Okay, cool. Okay, there's been, I don't know where I picked this up, okay, but I've been very conscientious about the color of my tongue. It's one of those things, right? It's like if you feel that you have some sort of an illness coming on, not like feel like my emotions somehow cloud my judgment, but no, you just feel that you have some sort of sickness coming on. You just check if there's any sort of, cloudiness in your eyes. At least this is what I do because I'm kind of weird. And then you just take a look at what your tongue is doing as well. Is it swollen? Is it a little bumpy? Okay. Is there any sort of whiteness that's on there? We all know about whiteness. It's always bad. So if any of that manifests on your tongue, what exactly does that mean? So seeing this article, why not? Why not, right? It might come as a surprise to some people about the appearance of our tongues can be an indicator of your overall health. Exactly. The best time to examine your tongue is to get the most accurate reading is right after waking up in the morning. Yes, exactly. If it is long and pointy and may or may not have been amputated from a cow and then put in your mouth, okay, you could be a bass player in a 1970s rock band, okay, that could be the case. Or if it's brown, just look over and see who you're lying next to. Even still, okay, specifically. So what are we looking at here? What are the different types of tongues we're looking at? This is all very weird. With that in mind, here are 13 health conditions to watch out for and what can be revealed in your tongue. So what about a pink tongue? What about just your standard tongue? Okay. According to 1MD, if your tongue is pink with no abnormalities or shape or size and has no damage to it, then your health overall is quite good. So if you have a pink tongue, you're going to be fine, okay? If your tongue is just the way that it is, okay? Or if it has no abnormalities of shape or size, okay? So if you don't have a tongue, that's also helpful. But all right, cool. So what about a red tongue? If your tongue appears red, appears inflamed in size, you have surface abnormalities, and it is a sign you might be dealing with an inflammatory disorder or have an infectious disease. I just wish they had little tongue gimmicks and little pictures here for every single one of these points, but even still. Okay, so according to Healthline, a red tongue that is inflamed may also indicate that you have a vitamin B12 deficiency, celiac disease, or anemia. Regardless, if your tongue is red and inflamed, then you should be seeking medical attention. Yeah, of course. Or you just consumed an entire bag of cherry Jolly Ranchers, or is it strawberry? I can't remember. A bright red tongue. Bright red tongue. As mentioned, a red inflamed tongue may indicate an infectious disease. But a tongue that is bright red, enlarged, or even has the appearance of a strawberry, then likely something more serious is coming into play. Yes, you could have Down syndrome with your inflamed tongue. It may indicate a serious inflammatory blood disease called Kawasaki disease. Oh my God. Or an indicator of scarlet fever. Come on, one of the two things, okay? Either you could have the Suzuki sidekick disease or you could have scarlet fever. One of the two, okay? According to the American Academy of Dermatology Association, another common cause for a bright red tongue is heart disease and high blood pressure. If your tongue has the appearance, you should have your blood pressure checked and have your doctor schedule an electrocardiogram and EKG. Of course, what about a yellow tongue? Gross! Sometimes yellow tongue is not indicative of anything. Okay, cool. Thanks. Wonderful. Fantastic. You should probably consider brushing it or something like that. You plaque-mouthed filled moron. The Mayo Clinic, according to the Mayo Clinic, it could simply mean a buildup of dead cells in the papillae. There we go. That gives it a yellow appearance. However, if you do have a yellow tongue, you shouldn't assume that the issue is harmless like that, and you should pay attention to other possible symptoms like fatigue, excessive gas, and frequent nausea and queasiness, as a yellow tongue might be an indication of jaundice. You'd have a bunch of other symptoms as well, but okay, cool. Which means your liver or gallbladder is not functioning properly. Yeah, it could also be yellow because you're doing too many lime or lemon chasers with your tequila, because if you have jaundice, you probably also have several other problems as well. You could be the Speaker of the House. You may have other serious digestive problems that need to be examined by a doctor, especially if you have yellow color sticks around and you start having other symptoms of liver or digestive illness. A purple tongue sounds like trauma. Okay, if you have just eaten a purple popsicle or candy. I already made that joke, you hacks. Anyways, could be worrisome. However, if you examine your tongue first thing in the morning and it looks like that, that is a worrisome sign of having blood circulation problems or a vitamin B12 deficiency. Oh, literally, there's trauma on your tongue. Interesting why it would manifest there. That's weird. Even if there are no other symptoms, a purple tongue or purple spots is a reason enough to see a doctor. According to Healthline, purple coloring may be due to the fact that your blood is not supplying enough oxygen to all the cells in the body, which may indicate lung or heart problems. Okay then, and should be examined right away. No longer an issue is neglected though. Graver consequences may be over time as your blood is being deprived of oxygen. So what about a blue tongue? Okay, having a purple tongue or a blue tongue, clear indication of oxygen deficiency. It's just blue's a little bit worse than purple because there's no red present in that, and you're about to lose your tongue, so go get it figured out. So what about a pale tongue? Gross. Looks like that kid should just hawk that loogie. Oh, that looks like syphilis. If your tongue is smooth and pale, then you likely are deficient in vitamin B12. Again, a lot of this stuff just manifests as a B12 deficiency. Such a deficiency can mean perineculous anemia, a condition where the vitamins are not being absorbed properly. Also, pay attention to symptoms like fatigue and the feeling of coming down with the flu. You'll need to get the vitamin B12 checked so the appropriate treatment protocols can be prescribed by your doctor. White tongue, gross. You should probably drink that milk, okay? As mentioned above, a thin white coating on your tongue is nothing to be concerned about. However, if your tongue is too white, exactly, it needs to get its privilege checked. To have been caused by a bit of bacteria activity, then it is something to be concerned about. And according to Colgate, a white tongue can be caused by several issues. It may be caused by dehydration, in which case simply drink some water. Just simply drink water, or get an IV if you're too sick to retain it. Yeah, may be the result of a flu virus and a sign that your white cells are working too hard. It could also be that your oral hygiene is poor. Yeah, exactly. Brush your teeth, you creep. Thrush, a common fungal oral infection, can cause your tongue to turn white. Be sure to keep an eye on your tongue. Well, it's a little tough. It's in my mouth. But anyways, so a gray tongue. Okay, if you are examining your tongue and you find that you have gray patches all over it, you should assess your oral hygiene by visiting your dentist to see if there are ways to make an improvement. It may be a sign of a fungal infection like thrush, yet gray patches on the tongue can be even more of a concern. I take back what I said to begin with about hoping that they have pictures of all of the different tongues that could be out there, because I see what the title for the next one is, and I don't even want to look at this, so I won't subject any of you guys out there too as well. But anyways, as for a gray tongue, according to the Canadian Cancer Society, these gray patches are called leukoplakia. Oh, great. So you could have tongue cancer. So what about a black, hairy tongue? I'm not looking at this. This is gross. Could be from smoking or drinking too much coffee, because you're kind of stuck in between two gross pictures, and ugh, God. So this one is for a dry tongue, and I don't want to show you because it kind of looks like, imagine a dried up creek bed, but pink. It's gross. Okay, so if you look at your tongue first thing in the morning, it is enlarged, bumpied, or fissured, and there could be several causes coming into play, according to Cleveland Clinic. Such symptoms can be caused by smoking, which irritates the tongue, or possibly oral cancer. Wonderful. So it's nothing ever just that simple. Just hope that you wake up in the morning with a pink tongue. However, it could also be caused by less serious conditions, such as having conquer sores due to the virus, or being run down, both of which resolve themselves in the experienced physical trauma that could also cause such as symptoms. A black coating on the tongue. Great, wonderful, fantastic. I like this one. At least she looks like a go-getter. If you wake up in the morning with a black coating on your tongue, but it is otherwise normal, and if you took Pepto-Bismol or similar product, having an upset stomach the night before, then such a symptom is expected. Pepto-Bismol? Really? Huh. Or you just didn't brush your teeth after having a box of Oreos. How about that? According to MSD Manual, all you need to do is remove the coating on your tongue with a scraper or a toothbrush. Yeah, no, exactly. Tongue scrapers, yeah, I had one for a hot second. And then, I also had an electric toothbrush, which I found to be complete garbage. I would recommend something infused with charcoal because that's what I use, and I like it quite a bit, and I like the appearance of my smile. So yeah, if you want a little recommendation there when it comes to cleaning your tongue, you could do that. A geographic tongue. A geographic tongue may appear as having red, smooth areas with white borders, and in some cases, areas of the tongue may appear yellow and white with a rough look. Okay, according to MSD Manual, the geographic tongue is caused by psoriasis. You can get psoriasis on your tongue? Okay, weird. An autoimmune disease associated with psoriatic arthritis and other conditions. You should keep out an eye for other skin changes on your body too. Yeah, normally psoriasis is going to manifest on your skin before your internal organs. At least that's what I'd think, but okay, cool. In which case you should see your doctor, yeah, and probably stop eating, gluten-based and anything that would trigger an autoimmune response. But even still, that's just my 2 cents to the matter. So those are 13 different tongue conditions. Most of them is just your poor oral health if those manifest, okay. But some of them could lead to much more serious incident or medical conditions, so approach these things cautiously. I'm not going to run this stuff over again. That is what watching back the video is for. So with all of that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.